Hey traders, I want to show you the complete process of how I trade from beginning to end, but it's going to be too long, so I break it down into 3 parts. Number 1 is the steps I take before taking a trade, such as analyzing pre-London session, pre-New York session. Number 2 is the steps I take during the trade, how I manage the trade, when to move the stop loss, when to take partial profit. Number 3 is the steps I take after the trade. I'll be doing things like journaling, I'll be logging down my trade, I'll be reviewing and reflecting my trade, such as the emotion that I felt and the action that I took. If you want to become a very successful trader, it is not simply just clicking that buy or sell. It takes a lot more than that, which is why this is a very important video. Make sure you watch until the very end. Right now, my main pair of trading is Euro USD and US 500. For the sake of this video, I'll be going through Euro USD only. The first thing I do is check for any news on Forex Factory. You want to look for any medium or high impact news related to the currency. Right now we can see our Euro and USD, we have a medium impact news. You will never want to trade during the news release. I will only look for my setups after the news. Moving on, I choose my kill zone or trading sessions and I stick to it. Obviously, you do not want to be trading the entire day. Alright, please do not stare at the chart every single minute of the day. That's just counterproductive and you will lose focus and make bad trade decisions, which will cost you a lot of money. As you know, there are Asian, London and New York session. Since I live in London, I mainly trade the New York session between 12:30 to 4:30 p.m. During this period of time, I'll be sitting in front of my laptop trading, but I won't be staring at my screen the entire 4 hours. I'm gonna mark up my charts, put alerts to my key levels for any potential opportunity. You have to learn to use alerts, especially if you're in school or working full-time. Alerts will be your best friends. Before taking a trade for a pre-New York session, usually I look at the weekly or the daily time frame to see the overall direction and to see where the market is likely to be going for the next few days or the next few weeks. I'll identify the high and the low, highlight the current price and has it taken any buy stops, sell stops, any obvious liquidity areas that the price is drawing to. I will also mark out premium discounts arrays, including order blocks, fair value gaps, liquidity voids, such as breakers, rejection blocks, mitigation block. As you can see, the price is very close to the buy side liquidity. It is very likely to draw to this key level. And our order flow has been bullish. We can see that our downside candles has been supported. Our downside candles means our bullish order block. They have been supporting price and the price keep on going up, breaking the high, and they never break the bullish order block. So our daily likely bias will be bullish, so we are only looking for buy setups. Once we know the overall direction of the market, I'll be looking into our lower time frame to look for any potential setup. Since we know the direction is going to be bullish, we want to see any sell side liquidity has been taken in the opposite direction of our bias. So once I go to the lower time frame, I identify my closest sell side liquidity, which is right over here. These are our relatively equal lows. There are a lot of liquidity resting below them. Since price already took out our buy side, so I want to see price come back to take out our sell side before going even higher. So I'll set my alert around this level and wait patiently for the price to come back. Usually before 12:30, my chart should already be marked up. Meanwhile, I will set alert and wait patiently for the price to reach my point of interest. A huge beginner mistake you can make is to anticipate where the market is going and assume that it must do or move the way you think it's going to move. Let me explain. You want to react to price. When I see the price coming down to take out the liquidity or to an order block on the higher time frame, I won't take the trade immediately. You want to wait for confirmation, such as market structure shift with displacement, followed by fair value gap or order block entry when the price returns to those areas. I will only come back to analyze the chart when the alerts is triggered. Before that, I want to be spending time with my family. I'll be working out, playing tennis, reading books, and making videos for you guys. Basically, doing things I want to be doing out of trading. As I mentioned earlier, once price came to the area of interest, we won't take the buy immediately. We want to wait for confirmation. We want to wait for our setup to form. We want to go to the lower time frame on the 5 minutes to see if we have any market structure shift and with displacement. As you can see, we have our market structure shift with displacement, and we will mark down our bullish order block right over here. And we have our tiny little fair value gap right over here as well. So we want to wait for the price to come back to retest those areas before entering our trade. You might be asking, hey, why didn't we take the trade right over here? The reason why we didn't take the trade is because one, we might not get triggered by the spread. Second reason is that we want to see the price really come down and retest and tap into the fair value gap or the bullish order block. If the price respected the bullish order block and tap into a fair value gap, we can take a trade immediately right over here using market order, step our stop loss behind this candle and just targeting 1:2 or even targeting the recent swing high right over here. Once I'm in a trade, make sure you always have the stop loss in place. People always forget that oil price went to negative in 2020. Anything can happen in the market. This is why you want to always protect your trade with a stop loss. It will give you some sort of security net if the price go against you. This is also the part where you will experience a lot of emotion, mainly fear and greed, fear of the price hitting your stop loss or the fear of wanting more profit beyond your initial target. Emotion will destroy you and your account if you don't know how to control them. A lot of you, including myself in the early days of trading, will make this mistake of moving your stop loss or profit target prematurely. This will destroy your psychology completely as a trader. Let me explain. Imagine you took the first trade of the week, the price almost reaches your profit target, but immediately reverse and stop you out. When you move on to your second trade, the price did the same thing, it immediately reversed before hitting your profit target and stop you out. But when you go on and take this third trade, and when the price almost reaches your profit target, you got really scared and you got really fearful that the price might reverse and take out your stop loss, and that's when you cutting out your profit target very prematurely, and you take out, maybe your initial plan was 1:2, but you start taking profit 1:1 and sometimes even less than 1:1. On the long term, this will hurt your capital curve. Once I'm in a trade, I will just let the trade to play out. Neither win or lose, doesn't really matter. What matters is I follow my plan, I follow my trading strategy to 100% and perfectly. Instead of focusing finding the perfect strategy, it is more important to follow the plan perfectly, 100%, no question asked, and just strictly follow my trading plan. That's how you're gonna become a very successful trader, by following your plan instead of focusing on the perfect strategy. Because no strategy is perfect, guys, no strategy. And there you have it. We take our profit. And also, I just want to remind you guys, the best way to reduce emotion roller coaster is to risk the amount of money that you are comfortable to lose in each trade. Let's say $50, $100, and slowly work your way up. Trading is not black and white. It takes a lot of trials and errors, and you have to figure it out yourself. I'm only showing you what works for me, and it might not work for you, and it might not work for some other person. I am sharing my journey and giving you the pieces of the puzzle, and how you piece them all together, it's all up to you. The truth is, no one will babysit you and tell you to do this, to do that. End of the day, do what makes you feel right, apply what works for you. I'm here to help you out as a friend, but you have to help yourself first. Like I said earlier, I don't want you guys to look at my strategy or any trading strategies as your holy grail, that it will work all the time. Instead of finding the perfect strategy, focus on your personal trading plan perfectly. Sometimes even smart money concepts will fail, even ICT will fail, and your goal is to cut losses during those times and reverse your capital. Anyway, once I'm in a trade, I'll just wait for the price action to give me a win or a lose. I will then lock the trade into my journal and move on to the next trade. What really defines a trader is what he or she does after the trade. This is the most crucial part of trading. My question to you is that, what do you do after every trade? Do you go on with your life watching Netflix, chilling and being a complete waste man? Or do you go back to your training ground to reflect on your actions, to refine your strategy? Usually after every trade, I will lock down my trade inside my journal and write down the emotions that I feel during the trade. Was I nervous, fearful, and greedy? Based on my backtesting, Monday is neither a hit or miss. So I mainly use it for my studying days unless I see a very clean price action and setups. I will only enter with reduced risk. Most of the time, I will stay away from Monday. From Tuesday to Thursday will be my main execution days, and I usually don't trade Friday. What I learned from the best trader is that they don't trade every day, and neither should you. With that being said, I hope that you learned something from this video and keep on executing and trading. Always remember that you are closer than you think.